Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a fire at a Waterville apartment building for senior residents claimed the life of one person this morning.
Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
When I woke up, I heard the fire alarm going off.
Heather Gilbert says she lived 3 doors down from where the fire started on the 4th floor of Elm Towers in Waterville. Gilbert described the moment she escaped her apartment.
I opened the door, and there was totally black smoke, thick black smoke. And then flames started coming out, and then they finally put it out.
Waterville Fire Chief Sean Essler says his crew was dispatched to the scene at 5:40 a.m. for a report of an alarm activation. He says crews quickly jumped into action to evacuate the building and diminish the flames.
Upon arrival, guys found that there was some smoke and fire showing from the 4th floor. Simultaneously, crews were on nearly every level of this 7-story building, helping to rescue and assist occupants from the building.
Chief Essler says the 4th floor sustained heavy smoke and fire damage, with the lower floors suffering from water damage. Upon searching the building, fire crews located an unresponsive individual. That person was later pronounced deceased after resuscitation efforts. Gilbert says she knew the deceased individual and will always remember him for how caring he was.
He's the type of guy that would give you the shirt off his back, you know? If I ever needed help out with anything, like food or anything like that, he'd help me out.
3 others were sent to the hospital to be evaluated for smoke inhalation. The Red Cross and Waterville Housing Authority were on the scene checking on residents and finding them temporary housing arrangements. Residents will be staying at the Best Western in Augusta for the foreseeable future. It's unclear what started the fire, which is under investigation by the Fire Marshal's office. In Waterville, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, firefighting foam used battling that deadly fire has resulted in a do not drink order from the Kennebec Water District. While the extent of the contamination isn't clear right now, the Kennebec Water District says it is issuing a system-wide do not drink order out of an abundance of caution, while Water District staff are flushing the contaminants out of the system. While the firefighting foam is biodegradable and PFAS-free, it is not safe for human consumption. Residents are advised against using tap water to make ice cubes, in food preparation, brushing teeth, or any other activity involving the consumption or potential consumption of water. However, officials say the water is safe for bathing and cleaning. If you experience unusual foaming in your water, the Kennebec Water District says to run your cold water for 15 to 20 minutes from a bathtub or outside spigot. And if foaming persists, contact the Water District at 207-872-2763.
In other news, the trial began today for a New York man accused of murder after a dispute over a ride to the airport. Our AJ Douglas brings us the details from court.
Jason Lipscomb is being charged for the shooting death of Joseph Tracy back in 2020. Police detectives testified to finding blood spatter patterns throughout the bathroom area of the home place in apartments located at 150 College Avenue in Waterville. The defense argued the area is known to have reports of criminal gun activity, noting that a shell casing was found outside the apartment at least more than 10 feet from where Tracy was found upon EMT's arrival. The state later called David Weston, a resident in the area, to the stand, who testified that Lipscomb walked into his driveway asking to use his phone to call for a ride. Weston says he noticed Lipscomb's clothing was ripped. Lipscomb allegedly said his clothing was ripped during an argument with his girlfriend earlier that day. The defense pointed out that Weston has added additional details to his original statement to police after meeting with officers several times throughout the investigation. In studio, AJ Douglas.
Well, a former Waterville couple has been indicted on sexual assault charges involving children. 38-year-old Davina Pachanka and 40-year-old Charles Frost were both indicted on several charges, including gross sexual assault. Frost was also indicted for unlawful sexual contact. Authorities say one of the alleged victims was under the age of 18 and another was under 14 years old. 2 people arrested after police searched a property in Palmyra back in October were also indicted. 44-year-old Jessica Quimby and 40-year-old Joseph Quimby were indicted on numerous charges, including unlawful operation of a methamphetamine lab, aggravated drug trafficking, and endangering the welfare of a child. Somerset County Chief Deputy Michael Mitchell says when officers and drug agents searched 2 buildings on the Wyman Road, they found fentanyl, meth, 2 guns, meth lab products, and cash. And an Athens man has been indicted in connection with a fire that destroyed a mobile home. 22-year-old Zachary James was indicted for arson. Crews were called to 13 Dartmouth Street in Skowhegan last September. The mobile home was fully engulfed in flames when they arrived on scene.
41-year-old Danielle Wheeler changed her plea and was sentenced for manslaughter in a Washington County courtroom today. Wheeler is accused in the 2021 shooting death of her boyfriend, Jason Abishan. Jury selection was set to begin today in Machias after Wheeler originally pleaded not guilty to the charge of murder. She ended up changing that plea to guilty today and was sentenced to 25 years in prison for the lesser charge of manslaughter.
Well, switching gears now, in advance of what is anticipated to be a very full public hearing Thursday, Assistant Senate Majority Leader Maddie Daughtry and Assistant House Majority Leader Kristen Cloutier took time today to answer questions about legislation they're co-sponsoring to implement paid family and medical leave benefits in Maine. Daughtry and Cloutier pointed out that Maine is the only state in New England that does not have a paid family and medical leave program, making Maine an outlier in the region. They say the absence of paid family and medical leave takes away from the state's ability to attract young families to move here. They also said 90% of Mainers support the implementation of such a program and shared personal stories about why they have been working to implement one for years.
One of the other times I noticed that this is something I really could have benefited from is when I actually got hit. I was cycling and got hit by a car and had to be out of work for several weeks. And then, now I'm even more passionate about it, being a small business owner and seeing the need for this type of policy to really be able to attract and retain employees.
The lawmakers say they are basing this proposed policy off of the work of 2 different commissions, multiple studies, and considerable input from stakeholders over the last 2 years. They are still taking feedback and working on details, but they say the program will be overseen by a 13-person board that represents a wide range of interests. They say the proposal has more than 100 co-sponsors, including some Republicans.
I don't think everyone is going to see eye to eye on this. That's just not realistic. But we put the time in. We've dedicated 2 years of our lives to this and are just so passionate about it. And I don't think this bill could have stronger sponsors.
Well, again, the formal introduction of LD 1964 and an attached amendment, as well as a public hearing, is slated for Thursday in Augusta.
The American Civil Liberties Union of Maine is throwing its support behind a proposed bill to create new landmark privacy protections in Maine. According to the organization, LD 1705 would let people choose whether to share certain information online and ensure that information is stored safely and used appropriately. The ACLU of Maine's policy director, Megan Sway, testified in support of the bill today, saying it's needed to keep private companies from profiting off of people's personal information.
If we want to have a strong privacy law that actually gets enforced, we need to have consequences for when the law is broken. And with the sensitive data like biometrics, we want to make sure that there are consequences.
The bill is one of the ACLU of Maine's 4 priority bills for the current legislative session.
Well, Biddeford is divided over which flags should fly in front of City Hall. This is coming up now because of LGBTQ Pride Month and someone who wants to fly a Christian flag instead. Mal Meyer was in Biddeford and has the story.
Supporters say that this would be the 3rd and longest time that the pride flag has flown outside of the Biddeford City Hall, but someone wants their religious flag to be flown all month long too.
It is honestly a complex issue.
Delilah Papour is with a group of community members that wanted the rainbow flag up in front of Biddeford City Hall for June, marking Pride Month. They submitted a request in February.
This is kind of the first time that it's happened that multiple groups have applied to have their flag up at the same time. And
in November, a resident applied for a Christian flag to be flown in June. For some, the intent seems clear.
Is Biddeford going to be a city that gives in to thinly veiled harassments against an already marginalized group?
Though Papour isn't so sure.
Honestly, there hasn't been an opportunity to have an honest, straightforward conversation with the person who put up the Christian flag.
We called the resident behind the request to find out why he submitted it. My name is Mal Meyer, and we are looking to talk to you about this. He initially replied to our emails, but didn't respond to requests for an interview.
I have some concerns about the Christian flag flying on this pole.
During a city council meeting last Tuesday, the issue came to a head. At least one councilor questioned how this works with the separation of church and state and wondered how far this could go.
I can think of one really divisive time, and it's symbolized by the Confederate flag. That's something that I would not want to see up on our city hall.
To find a solution, one councilor suggested only government and the POW MIA flag should go up on the flagpole, something Vicerdo Chute agrees with.
It's a city hall. It's not a church or anything. I mean, if you want to put your religious flag up front of your church, you should have that right.
In the end, leaders voted for both flags to go up at the same time. Papour calls that a good decision.
Certainly any other group that wants to celebrate during that month can also have their flag up.
The policy was just revised last month, though the city leaders that we talked to say there's more work to be done.
Alrighty.
And that was Mal Meyer reporting. And as we look outdoors today, looking back, it was just a fantastic way to start the week.
Yeah.
Really just crisp, not too warm, not too cool, just a great spring day.
Yeah, I'm definitely being spoiled. It's just kind of how I like it. Once you start ticking up closer to 80,
Yeah.
above 80.
Yeah, it starts to get a
Not
little
thrilled.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Even in Maine, it can get really, really humid, and we're not seeing that so far this week.
Yeah, we're definitely scoring some nice spring weather.
Yeah.
And with a little bit more what we can expect in the coming hours, let's go ahead and take a first look at our forecast.
Hey, Beth, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC. Let's talk temperatures. Very nice today, right? A bit below average, but who cares? Lots of sunshine all day long. 65 here in Bangor, 62 for Millinocket. We'll take it even a bit warmer across our region tomorrow. Lots of clear skies across our region tonight means radiational cooling. The wind is going to die down. That could easily give us some frost tonight across much of the area into early parts of tomorrow morning. In fact, here are the frost advisories. If you have plants that you like and you love them, bring them inside tonight or give them a cover up tonight, as they will not like the cool temperatures across the region this evening. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly clear skies and low temperatures, generally in the 30s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's a really good reminder, too, because I think a lot of people may be starting to get those plants outside, especially during the daytime when it's a great time for them to be out there. But you got to remember to cover them up on nights like tonight.
I definitely tend to kind of hover and guard my peony bushes because I love them so much. So we'll definitely have to throw a bucket over those tonight.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. After more than 2 decades, the Acadia Gateway has its official groundbreaking.
And our Jody Hersey will interest to a family that stays fit through the sport of fencing. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Pepper's Landing is the definition of authentic Maine dining. Named in honor of our grandfather, the primary focus at Pepper's Landing is offering a variety of fresh, locally harvested seafood to all. We take pride in our quality and selection, but it doesn't end with just seafood. We also offer delicious selections of burgers, pasta, steaks, and more. So stop in to any of our locations and see what Pepper's Landing is all about.
Beat Shazam is back with guest host Nick Cannon and DJ Kelly Osbourne.
Please come take this $1 million.
Premieres Tuesday on Fox.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about the plans for the new Acadia Gateway Welcome Center in Trenton as plans for construction are solidified. Plus, we'll meet a family who's mastering the art of fencing while spending quality time together. And we'll have a live interview with 2 emergency medical technicians. We'll have these stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. A timely reminder to buckle up. Police say they're paying extra close attention right now to whether people are wearing their seatbelts. The national Click It or Ticket campaign kicked off today ahead of the busy Memorial Day weekend. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, nearly 12,000 unbuckled passengers died in crashes in 2021. The Bath Police Department is among the agencies taking part nationwide.
It's just a basic way for us to educate the public, making sure. So it's not necessarily a citation, but it's definitely like either a warning. It's, we're looking for voluntary compliance on just such a simple thing.
The U.S. Department of Transportation says one focus of their campaign will be nighttime enforcement, since a majority of deadly crashes where passengers are not buckled up take place at night. Police are reminding drivers it's the law in Maine for everyone to buckle up in the vehicle.
Well, a project a quarter of a century in the making at Acadia National Park has begun its final stage as of this afternoon. Our Devin Dagnold explains.
The Acadia Gateway Center has been an ongoing project in Trenton since 1999, and now it started its last step with the official groundbreaking of the building site. When it's done, the center will be a place where visitors can get tourism information for the area, buy park entrance passes, and be shuttled to the park via the Island Explorer transportation system. Trenton First Selectman Fred Erlenbach says a lot of the praise should go to the people of Trenton for the approval and support of this project through the years.
I like to think of it as true democracy. The judicial, the executive, and the legislative branches of local government acting in the best interest of the town.
A theme through the entire design of the center is sustainability. It will be outfitted with a geothermal heating and cooling system, a rooftop solar panel array, and electric vehicle charging stations. In addition to all of that, Senator Angus King says the center could help lower carbon emissions when it comes to transportation as well.
And what we're talking about here is the ability to park your vehicle here, get on the bus, and enjoy the national park without having to worry about a parking place and without having to worry about all the pollution that's created and the traffic and the time that takes.
Even though Monday was the beginning of the end for the Acadia Gateway Center project, it will still be a while before it welcomes its first guests.
So with that, I'd like to conclude this ceremony. In a couple of years, we should be having a ribbon cutting on this. And for all those people that have been working on this for a quarter of a century, your vision will be realized. Thank you all. Have a great day.
In Trenton, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A family from Dedham is getting active through the sport of fencing. The England family spends each Sunday at the Down East School of Fencing learning all there is about the sport that dates back to the 19th century. Our Jody Hersey has more.
Now beat, and then lunge.
With protective gear and swords in hand, the England family is ready to fence.
Oh, nice one now.
This family of 5 has been learning the sport from their coach, John Kraus.
It's like chess in some aspects.
Kraus is the owner and operator of the Down East School of Fencing on Verona Island.
We train adults, children, teenagers, competitive and recreational.
Fencing allows the entire family, parents and triplets included, to work on balance, speed, footwork, and control.
They have different skill levels, even though they're triplets, things like they just have different strengths and weaknesses, but he meets them where they're at and helps them.
Katie England said she looked into lessons after seeing a fencing demonstration out of state.
I'd been looking for something that we could do together to stay active and not just be on the sidelines.
Between 30 and 40 fencers train at the Down East School of Fencing every week.
One of the nice things about it is when you're fencing, you never have the same bout twice.
The Englands have only been fencing together for a couple of months, but they say it's an activity that they all look forward to now, every Sunday.
I like the part when we're actually practice fencing against each other.
You win some, you lose some, it doesn't really matter. You just back into it and it's really fun. I like to see them compete at some level, but honestly, if they just like doing this for fun, that's enough for me.
On Verona Island, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I love that message too. Do it on whatever level you want to do.
Right.
Just make sure you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
So whether that's getting competitive and maybe going to some bouts, or if you just want to go there with your family and do it for fun. I love that message of do it at your level and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, just a great way to go into something new like that. And I think it's just a great example from the mom there.
Yeah.
Just setting that example for her kids and just going with the flow, having fun with it. But you can tell, especially the daughter there, she's got
a little bit of an edge.
Oh, yeah.
She
she's
might
got a
be
little
looking
fire
to get
in her.
into it a little bit. Yeah.
I think so.
I like it.
But I know that if it was my family doing that, we might be a little less coordinated than that. We might be going at each other a little bit more. But no, they seem to be having a really fun time and definitely something to think about for others maybe looking to try out something new.
Especially something you can do as a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, we'll have the latest out of Washington on the negotiations to raise the debt ceiling.
And the man accused of killing 4 Idaho college students was in court today. We'll have those stories and much more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has a cost-friendly Kia with your name on it. Choose from our fleet of front-wheel drives, all-wheel drives, hybrids, and fully electric vehicles, all affordable, tech-packed, and great on gas. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or check out the new 2023 Kia Sportage or Sorrento. All come loaded with safety features and are great on gas. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
If you don't want to look like this, then don't forget the lyrics.
I love this show. A milkshake brings all the boys
something, something, something.
I already know you don't feel confident with something, something, something.
Sing in the blanks and win a chance at $1 million. Niecy Nash hosts
Two things everybody loves, music and money.
Don't Forget the Lyrics premieres Tuesday, May 23rd after the premiere of Beat Shazam on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Just 10 days from now, the Treasury could run out of cash with no money to pay its bills unless Congress and the president can strike a deal. Fox's Caroline Shively reports from Washington on debt ceiling negotiations in the Oval Office.
We're optimistic we may be able to make some progress.
I think at the end of the day, we could find common ground.
President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy sounded upbeat ahead of their debt limit negotiations Monday night. After the meeting, McCarthy said they'd made progress, but no deal. The speaker wants spending cuts, but not in defense.
Like any household, like any business, like any state government, when you're this far out of whack, you have to spend less than you spent last year.
The White House released a statement moments after McCarthy spoke, saying default is off the table, and the only way to move forward is in good faith toward a bipartisan agreement. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sent a letter to congressional leaders on Monday, reiterating that the Treasury may not be able to pay its bills by June 1st if the debt ceiling isn't raised or suspended. Democrats point out that could lead to catastrophic economic consequences for businesses and average Americans.
The patriotic thing is to pay our debts. We've spent this money. The president should honor that spending.
Negotiators from both sides have worked feverishly on Capitol Hill, trying to bridge the gap between the leaders.
We need to come to terms quickly, given how long it takes to get anything through the House and through the Senate, especially with the deadline looming.
Speaker McCarthy says he and President Biden will speak every day until they reach a deal. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott jumps into the presidential race today, joining a growing GOP field with a relentlessly hopeful outlook for America. Senator Scott instantly offers voters a stark contrast to the current Republican frontrunner, former President Trump. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
He's South Carolina's first black senator, but now Tim Scott wants to break ground yet again, this time at the White House.
Today, I'm living proof that America is the land of opportunity and not a land of oppression.
During his announcement Monday from the Palmetto State, Scott had an optimistic message focused on faith and his humble beginnings. He even brought his biggest fan on stage, his mother.
Mom, I love you.
He's also got support from the number 2 Republican in the Senate, South Dakota Senator John Thune.
Tim Scott is the real deal.
Scott enters the race with more cash on hand, $22 million, than any other presidential candidate has started with. And that dough is already going to ad campaigns in early voting states, Iowa and New Hampshire, where he's traveling later this week. But so far, this primary battle has been all about former President Donald Trump, who's leading the pack.
Our candidates are really having a huge amount of challenge trying to find their lane.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is also expected to announce as soon as this week. Despite no formal announcement yet, DeSantis is already getting hammered.
We can't afford Ronda's sales tax.
A pro-Trump pack is out with a new line of attack. And now the NAACP is going after him too. They're warning people who might travel to Florida of DeSantis' quote, aggressive attempts to erase black history.
I don't even know what the NAACP is talking about. This is silly and it's dumb. It's political. It makes no sense.
The 2024 GOP field will first face each other on the debate stage in August. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
The suspect accused of killing 4 Idaho college students last November appeared in court this afternoon. But instead of entering a plea during today's arraignment, the suspect chose to use the state's standing silent plea, meaning he didn't plead either way. Fox's Matt Finn is in Moscow, Idaho, with the latest.
Appearing for his arraignment hearing in Moscow, Idaho, 28-year-old Brian Koberger's attorney entered a silent plea on Monday, leading the judge to enter a default not guilty plea on Kohberger's behalf. The graduate student from Washington State University is accused of killing these 4 University of Idaho students after breaking into an off-campus home last November. Kohberger was arrested nearly a month and a half later following an intense manhunt that led police to raid his parents' home in eastern Pennsylvania, nearly 2,500 miles from where the stabbings happened. Kohberger was scheduled to face a preliminary hearing next month, but in a surprise twist announced last week, the former criminology student was indicted by an Idaho grand jury, sending this case to a full trial.
What happens really now is a function of how much time either side needs to prep. And conventional wisdom is sometimes that the defense wants to kick the can down the road as long as they can, because the farther you get from the actual criminal act, witnesses die, they become unavailable, they don't remember. So there may be some strategy on the defense side in trying to delay this as much as they can.
The high-profile case sets up a possible death penalty as Kohberger faces 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. Inside of the courtroom today, the judge reiterated to Kohberger that he faces the death penalty if found guilty on any of those first-degree murder charges. A trial date has been set for October. In Moscow, Idaho, Matt Finn, Fox News.
Russia claims to have won the months-long battle for the eastern Ukrainian city of Bakhmut, though President Volodymyr Zelensky says Moscow's forces are not occupying the city. Fox's Greg Palcott has more.
Ukraine's military is making advances outside the eastern city of Bakhmut, despite claims that Russian troops control the city. Kyiv says its own forces have retaken several buildings, though officials stress the intensity of those efforts has been reduced.
They've been on the outskirts doing counterattacks to prevent the Russians from using the city as they planned initially as a start point for something bigger.
Months of street-by-street fighting devastated Bakhmut and forced most residents to leave. Those who stayed behind are living in shelters with no running water or electricity. While analysts say the city holds no military significance, Russia has deployed reinforcements in hopes of claiming a victory after a brutal winter offensive. But even with a win in Bakhmut, Russian forces would still face the challenge of taking the remainder of the Donetsk region.
Russians were taking it not so much to damage Ukraine, not to sort of damage Ukraine as a fighting force, but actually for their own domestic political needs or political effects.
Meanwhile, after initial reluctance, the U.S. and its allies will begin training Ukrainian troops on F-16 fighter jets. Kyiv has said the aircraft is key to Ukraine's coming counteroffensive.
They decided to prepare the ground in order to provide Ukraine with the jet fighters they need.
President Biden has said that Ukrainian officials have assured him that the jets won't be used to hit targets inside Russia. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, an Old Town school librarian has released another children's book. We'll have the details.
And in sports, Maine baseball is gearing up for the America East tournament once again as the #1 seed. We'll be right back.
Where in America do the best cooks come from?
4 regions, 20 contestants.
Sharpen your knives.
MasterChef United Tastes of America, May 24th on Fox.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Recent college grads get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
Make your waterfront even more fun and more functional than it already is. Take it to the next level with a Shoremaster Premium Dock System from Hammond Lumber Company.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground. Odland Road, Bangor.
Gordon Ramsay is putting 15 food entrepreneurs to the test.
Make sure that we're hitting that profit mark.
He'll put his own money.
That investment will change my life.
Where his mouth is.
Holy.
Woo! We care about our profits. We're running businesses.
Who will be my food star?
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars. Series premiered this Wednesday on Fox.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are paramount.
The Transportation Security Administration is expecting record-setting numbers of travel this holiday weekend. Fox's Mike Emanuel is in Washington with more on why some are questioning if the airlines will be able to keep up.
Whether traveling by train, plane, or automobile, Memorial Day weekend travel is expected to be busy.
Please arrive early.
In a press conference previewing summer travel expectations, TSA officials warned travelers should brace for an intense season of summer travel. This past Sunday, the nation saw nearly 2.7 million travelers, a 12% increase from the same day last year, and a preview of what's expected to come.
And that is also the highest number since the pandemic. We have fully recovered in aviation.
AAA projects more than 42 million travelers will head out this holiday weekend, with air travel alone increasing 11% over last year.
From TSA's perspective, we are ready.
But some question if the airlines are ready. Last year saw a spike in flight cancellations, an investigation by the GAO citing staffing shortages, maintenance problems, and other factors within airlines' control. In December, Southwest Airlines alone infamously canceled nearly 17,000 flights, stranding more than 2 million customers.
Lack of communication, very disorganized.
This year, airlines say they are better prepared. Still, the Biden administration is working to require airlines to cover the costs that passengers are forced to shell out during delays and cancellations. TSA announced a new pre-check policy today and said teens between the ages of 13 and 17 can now travel with their parents through pre-check security. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
I think the biggest takeaway there is just get there, give yourself extra time. You know,
that's a good guideline no matter what time of year you're traveling. You just never know what snags you can hit while you're waiting to board or on your way there. Yeah, I can't even relax unless I know I'm going to get there at least 2 hours early. And
I've flown out of the Bangor airport a couple of times in early in the morning expecting it to be kind of empty and had to wait in line an uncomfortably long amount of time.
Never assume.
Yeah, so just give yourself that extra time. It's always a good idea.
Always. Alrighty, folks. Well, we have our full 5-day coming up. All the answers. Stay with us.
Well, look at us, low to mid-60s out there for today. Tomorrow's going to be a bit warmer and lots of sunshine again, but there are some changes on the horizon. Those details for you when I come back.
Love is in bloom. Get 3.9% financing when you purchase 2023 models. All things grow with love. It's your Subaru. Find it at Quirk.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman. ABC 7, Fox 22, Jackson's Automotive, and Odyssey Auto Spa want to send you to see Lee Brice and Cole Swindell live in concert with special guest Louis Brice Friday, May 28th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and always offer a fair price. And Odyssey Auto Spa, offering a variety of services including detailing, window tinting, and wraps. Stop by and see us today. Win tickets to see Lee Brice and Cole Swindell May 28th on the Bangor waterfront.
It's Ram season at Quirk Ram in Bangor. Save 10% off all remaining 22 Ram 1500 Classic Warlocks in stock, or lease Jeep Wrangler 4xe Sahara for $495 per month. It's your Ram, it's your Jeep. Find it at Quirk.
Solving crimes has never tasted so good.
Delicious. I murdered a donut.
That's a crime scene. Crime Scene Kitchen returns Monday, June 5th on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Key Appliance, sales and service for major brands including GE, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, and more. We hold the key to savings, and let's talk about temperatures today. Very nice, right? 60s, a below average day today, but the sunshine felt good all day long with that light northeast breeze. Tomorrow will actually be a bit warmer across our area. The problem tonight, though, is frost again, right? The wind out there now, the breeze out there now. It's going to die down tonight. That, along with the clear skies, will give us that radiational cooling, and that's going to give us a really cool night tonight with an area-wide frost once again. So, if you have plants that you love, bring them inside tonight or give them a cover-up tonight, as they're not going to like the cold temperatures with lows generally in the mid-30s or so. You can get frost with temperatures above freezing. Okay, here we go. This is the frost advisory. So again, for everybody but probably down east areas tonight, we'll likely see that frost advisory in the area, and that's going to linger into about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. All right, visibility, also an issue, right? So right now it's good everywhere. So the problem is with the wind dying down, temperatures meeting the dew points in the 30s this evening, we could easily get some dense fog in there late, so be careful driving, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Likely be pockets of dense fog across the area. All right, today though, what a day, right? It was just gorgeous out there. Bright sunshine, low dew points, a light north breeze with temperatures in the 60s. It felt really nice, right? Tomorrow, same story. Our next system is still way over here. High pressure is building in, and of course, high pressure is your friend. You can't get bad weather out of high pressure as the air is sinking. But there are things over to the west of us, and those are in the 5-day forecast right now. Our next weather system gets in here later on Wednesday, and it's likely a wet one too, with some rainfall on the way on late Wednesday. All right, until then, though, lots of clear skies out there tonight. Here we are tomorrow morning, about 10:30 or so. Still lots of clear skies. There may be a couple clouds throughout the day tomorrow. Again, not a big deal. And then overall increasing clouds for us early Wednesday. And here comes that next band of rainfall for us Wednesday night into early parts of Thursday. And that rain, once again, could be locally heavy and look something like this. A widespread soaking rainfall again with an inch of rain possible late Wednesday night into early parts of Thursday morning. Our forecast, though, for tonight, though, is lots of clear skies out there. Some frost is likely, except for down east areas, with low temperatures down near 39. For tomorrow, all right, so lots of sunshine. I went with 71 tomorrow. A couple of you could do 73, 74 with a south breeze around 5 to 10. A very nice day once again. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows 71 tomorrow. A bit cooler Wednesday, 68. A bit cooler even that Thursday, 62. Friday looking good, 67. And then into the holiday weekend, of course, on Saturday with high temperatures near 70. Beth?
All righty, Jeff. Thanks so much. It's looking just dandy. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier, just kind of the perfect conditions right there that
Yeah.
you want,
Get
besides
outside
the
as
rain.
much as you can. That's
Yeah.
what I say.
Love to see it.
All right.
Sports is coming up next, so stay with us.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get a low $299 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Introducing Hood New England Creamery. Made with premium Hood milk and cream and overloaded with the good stuff. New England Creamery. From Hood for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best. Approximately 50,000 kids, like Brooke, receive care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center each year. You can help them by supporting the Summer Classic for Maine Kids. This new tournament will help all kids receiving care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center by raising funds to ensure that pediatric care is available today, tomorrow, and in the years ahead. Every dollar raised helps kids get back to the business of being kids. For more information about the event and how to donate, please visit northernlight.org/4kids.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get a low $299 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
These epic offers won't last forever.
This summer, it's the U.S. versus the world.
Unbelievable!
The FIFA Women's World Cup, July on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the diamond here. Maine baseball holding their last practice at Mahaney Diamond on Monday before shipping off to the America East Tournament. And the Black Bears are sending it to Binghamton for playoffs with a full head of steam.
This is playoffs. We've been here. We know what we have to do now.
It all comes down to this week. Season doesn't mean anything if we lose this weekend.
The time has finally come for Maine baseball.
I think we know that, and we want it more than everybody else out there.
I'm working on, doing a little meditation, keeping myself calm, not getting too overly excited, but I am, on top of the world right now. I am very pumped for this tournament.
After an early exit last season, the Black Bears are preparing for the America East Tournament, heading in as the top seed once again.
No, that was one thing last year. Came in #1 seed, and then we lose the first 2 games. It's tough, and it was definitely disappointing and something that we didn't want to happen. But, this year we're coming back for some revenge.
While that's still in their minds, it isn't at the forefront. They're just focused on this year.
We all know what happened last year, but this year's a new year. We got a new opportunity.
You kind of look around, there's a little more energy. We're not trying to right the ship. We're going to go out and play baseball, and I think a lot of guys are, kind of that same mindset.
Despite being the regular season champs once again, the Black Bears are a whole new group than they were a year ago. And they're coming into the playoffs on a much different note, too.
I think just this weekend was big for us just to get momentum going. Last year we kind of saw it the other way around. We lost to one of the worst teams in our conference last weekend.
We're not limping into the playoffs. Last year we were going into the playoffs playing our worst baseball.
Rather than limping, Maine is charging into the postseason, sweeping a very good Bryant Bulldogs team.
It's kind of the best time to get hot and just kind of ride the momentum into playoffs.
With some fireworks in the final game.
It's hit a high, deep, and that is a walk-off grand slam for Ryan Turin.
As soon as I hit it, I knew I got it. And it was just kind of like the cherry on top, and something you dream about, something that doesn't seem real in the moment. Kind of looking back on it now, it's just something really cool and really special I'm going to remember forever.
Maine takes the field for Game 1 of the America East Tournament on Thursday. And from there, there's just one thing left to do.
We haven't won anything yet. Everything that we need to get done and everything that we need to do is right in front of us.
Conference tournament right here. Let's go. Let's go for it. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm so excited for this. This is fun. This is a fun time.
Should be some fun for sure. Let's stay with some college baseball now and head over to Husson. Their season recently came to an end on Sunday, but not before making some history. The Eagles were just one win away on Sunday from reaching the regional finals round of the NCAA tournament. They lost a marathon 13-inning game to Wheaton College, but to reach that game, Husson needed a 5-2 come-from-behind victory over Tufts, eliminating the Jumbos and winning an NCAA tournament game for the second straight season. Now it's their first time in program history, winning in the regional round in back-to-back seasons, and it comes a year after their first NCAA win since 2009. So some good things happening over at Husson. Let's head to the courts now. On Monday, the high school state singles tennis championships on the line at Bates College in Lewiston. On the girls' side, we had Brunswick's Coco Meserve, who finished second last year, taking on Maya Vincent of Edward Little. First set, Coco with a blistering serve here for the point. She was on fire. Still on the first, great volley here, but check out the backhander from Meserve to win the set 6-2 right here. Fires it past her, and she is able to win that first set. So to the second set we go. Some coaches came on to help with officiating after some close calls. Still in the second, after a long volley, Maya delivers a touch backhander for the point right here, and she would go on to win that set 6-3. So to the third set we go, serving for the match, and Coco dialing up an ace to win it 6-2, 3-6, and 6-4. A phenomenal match between two great young players. And on to the boys' side, all Falmouth battle between Sam Yoon and Xander Barber. First set, Barber blistering serve here for the point. He was real tough on Monday. Check out the backhanded winner right there. And Xander Barber rolls to a straight sets win to win the boys' championship. Let's check out some other scores from around the high school scene as well. In Central, the Bucksport Golden Bucks splitting a baseball-softball doubleheader. The Red Devils winning 2-1 in baseball. Bucksport staying undefeated in softball. And in some Class B baseball, Nokomis picking up a 2-0 win at home over Herman. And in some Class C baseball, Dexter over Mattanaugcook 3-0. All right, and finally, let's talk some Celtics now. In a must-win game on Sunday night, Boston turned in one of their worst performances of the playoffs, and now they face an uphill battle to get back in the series. Celtics were dominated by the Miami Heat in Game 3 on Sunday night. They were down almost 40 points at one point. They lost by 26, but the game really wasn't that close. The starters were on the bench for the last 8 minutes of the game. Now, Boston needed that Game 3 win. They were down 2-0, and now they are really up against the wall, facing elimination on the road, down 3-0. After the game, head coach Joe Mazzulla taking the blame for his team's efforts.
I think the most important thing is just sticking together, and then I have to be better. I got to put them in better positions. I got to get them ready to play. I have to have the game plan ready for us to be physical and to execute, and it's important that we stick together. I just didn't have them ready to play. I just didn't have execute the proper game plan. I didn't put them in the right mentality to be ready. And, it's my job to make sure that they're connected and that they're ready to play, and I didn't do that.
NBA teams are 0-149 after trailing 3-0 in the playoffs. That's all the time we have for sports, though. Be right back after the break.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
Summer
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, ooh, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely sinking.
You could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on a four-wheel drive Tacoma. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Buckle up, it's going to be fun. What a play!
This is where MVPs are VIPs, and where aces always come in pairs. Saturday means it's showtime for Shohei and mealtime for Mandy. All the swag, all the salt, and all the slams.
Swing and a drive! Are you kidding me?
The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Who is it?
Lance Armstrong.
He is a real astronaut.
Some folks get me confused with Neil Armstrong.
I think we're alone now.
Heart of Maine United Way kicked off its week of action today. Volunteers were out cleaning up Talbot Park in Bangor, and there will be a variety of events and activities throughout the week to support United Way and their partners, ending with food drives in Bangor, Palmyra, and Skowhegan. All volunteers will receive T-shirts and free lunches courtesy of Hollywood Casino. For more information, including sign-ups for volunteering and activities, go to homeunitedway.org/week of action.
Well, here's a fun one for you. A bicyclist and his cat are wrapping up a cross-country journey here in Maine. Caleb Wernz and Marilyn Monroe have been biking for months. Caleb pedaling, of course, and Marilyn watching the country go by from her basket in the front. You can see her little face peeking out right there. Well, Caleb has crisscrossed the country on a bicycle since he lost his home and his job to COVID-19. He frequently stops at churches and firehouses for a break and says Marilyn gives him an opportunity to interact with all kinds of people. He's written a book about those interactions, and he says Marilyn, of course, has penned her own memoir about their journeys, of course, from her point of view, translated by Caleb. Caleb accepts donations in exchange for online updates from the road.
I've noticed that my life is unique enough and like pursuing adventure enough that people are inspired, and so I want to help people to follow their heart and to do what it takes to be happy.
Caleb and his cat don't have a set itinerary. He says he hopes to stay in Maine for the summer, maybe longer, and isn't it just another example of how animals help you interact and make connections?
I love his message there. Well, finally tonight, an Old Town school librarian and author has released a new children's book. Alexandria Hinrichs' book titled I Am Made of Mountains was released last week. Hinrichs is the author of a number of fiction and nonfiction children's books. She also happens to be the librarian at Leonard Middle School in Old Town.
It's a picture book celebrating national parks and the diversity of landscape and people in the United States.
Hinrichs will be at the Blue Hill Library on Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. to talk about her books, I Am Made of Mountains and The Lobster Lady.
Love it. I love the illustration, the bold colors in that